What is up guys, Dzeeff here, and in today's Konami sponsored video, I want to show you some of the many features of Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. Now why am I talking to you about this? Well, two big reasons. First off, starting today, June 25th through July 9th, the Steam Summer Sale is going on, and this game right now is listed as $27.99, so a pretty big discount. Of course, the game is also available on other platforms like Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and the Nintendo Switch. Konami also gave me 5 codes to give away for Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. So starting this Monday on the 29th, going through this Friday, I'm going to give away 1 free code for Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution every single day. Those codes are going to be posted on my Twitter throughout the week, so make sure to follow me on there. There is a link in the description below. Anyway, what can you do and what can you expect in Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution? There was a free update to the Nintendo Switch version just a little while ago. It had a bunch of new cards and story missions and all sorts of great stuff. There's a lot of new content in Link Evolution from just a few months ago. When you go into the main menu here, you can see many of your options. There's a single player, which has an extensive story mode through every single series of Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. There's a multiplayer for playing your friends online, a battle pack sealed and draft, which I'm a huge fan of and have played on live streams many a time. There's a deck edit, which is pretty exciting as well. A card shop, which lets you use your duel points to buy packs and unlock even better cards, and then all sorts of other cool stuff. I think for a lot of people though, the single player is the most exciting part. When you play the single player, you get to pick whatever series of anime you want, and you get to play through pretty much that entire series and all the iconic duels. This is really exciting as well because once you beat one of these matches, you get to switch characters and then you can play as the opponent if you want to. So like in this case, the original matchup is Joey versus Bandit Keith, but you can also, after winning this duel, you can play as Bandit Keith against Joey. What's really cool as well though is that if you don't actually want to play with the story mode deck, even though usually I recommend doing that, you are allowed to switch to a user deck that you yourself created with all the cards that you've pulled. That's pretty helpful if you've been having a particularly hard time beating one of the opponents, or if you built a deck just for that one match. Anyway, we're going to play one of these matches and I'll kind of show you what happens. And what's really cool about these is that you get a little preview of like the context of the duel every time you start up one of these matches. So in this case, we're learning why Kaiba and Pegasus are actually dueling, and it gives you a little bit more of a context for what's going on. And then like I said, you get to choose either a story deck, which is the pre-built deck for that particular character, or you get to use your own deck. In today's video, we're going to play the story deck because that's usually what I like doing. We'll go with paper here, see if it works. It did not work, unfortunate. And then our opponent gets to choose first or second. It looks like he chose to go second, so we'll be going first in this match. Now this opening hand, I think we're just going to set the Toon Alligator, as you can see, and then probably pass turn. And what's really cool here is that you get a whole bunch of different experiences depending on which Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series you're playing. So we're playing the original series, so we're not going to have any super crazy combos. We're not going to have any synchros or exceeds monsters and stuff like that. You can see the Blue Eyes animation here. Our opponent is immediately summoning a Blue Eyes. Thanks, Kaiba. That's kind of crazy, but we have a Snatch Shield to steal it, luckily. But what's cool is that you can then play like the newer series of anime, and you get like a lot more extra deck monsters that you can like totally combo off with. You'll have extra decks that are like full of monsters, like the full 15 cards that you can use to combo off. So it looks like we've drawn Pot of Greed for turn, obviously one of the best cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll take a look here what we draw, although I'm pretty sure we are just snatch stealing. Oh, nice Dragon Capture Jar. So the Dream Clown actually could crash with the Giant that our opponent has here. Probably not super necessary. I think what we're going to do is put the most amount of pressure on our opponent, and I think the best way to do that is by snatch stealing the Blue Eyes and then normal summoning the Dream Clown, because then it can potentially destroy an opponent's monster next turn. Now with this, we can use the Blue Eyes to attack over the Giant and inflict a lot of damage to our opponent, 1800, which will make up for the 1000 that we're giving them with the Snatch Steal. Now if our opponent is unable to deal with the Snatch Steal, I think we can pretty easily win this game, but I'm pretty sure they're going to have some back row removal in their deck. I'm even going to go ahead and set the Dragon Capture Jar if our opponent puts a bunch of dragons on the field, like in this case where we summon Blue Eyes. I might actually want to do that and just start controlling the board with my 2 Dream Clowns that I have. So you can see that he's gaining 1000 life points, so Kaiba is back up to 6000 to my 68. He also has Pot of Greed, so hopefully he doesn't draw as good of cards as I did, but we'll see. Summoner's Arch, probably adding a Blue Eyes to his hand. Yep, another Blue Eyes White Dragon, okay. And then we see a D spell. Okay, like I said, good thing we set that Dragon Capture Jar, because if we did not, we would be in a really bad spot. So we'll let him D-spell the Snatch Shield. He gets his Blue Eyes back, but as long as he doesn't have... Okay, he doesn't even have another monster. This is great for us, because now we can just start completely controlling the duel with the Dragon Capture Jar. He's going to tribute the Blue Eyes in main phase 2 to summon a non-dragon. Luckily, we don't care about that too much, because we can switch the Dream Clown to defense position and immediately destroy that Sword Stalker, which is great. And then we'll have like a cycle going on here, because we have another Dream Clown, and the next turn we can switch this one to defense mode and this one back to attack mode and keep popping one monster every single turn. That might be pretty hard for Kaiba to keep up with. We'll have to wait and see though. Obviously he has some responses. Okay, Shadow Spell, so that's going to slow me down quite a bit, because now this one can't attack, and also it's at 500 attack points. And it looks like we drew Toon Defense. When an opponent's monster declares an attack targeting a face-up level 4 or lower Toon monster you control, you make that attack a direct attack instead. Could come in handy later on, but we do not currently have any Toon monsters. What is our extra deck? Okay, we got Crass Clown and Dream Clown. So if we actually do draw a Crass Clown, we can summon that. Looks like Kaiba is setting a monster and passing turn. The Shadow Spell is actually really messing us up here, because I didn't realize that it actually prevents our monster from changing battle position. So really hoping that we draw a Crass Clown, hopefully pretty soon here, so that the Dream Clown, this Dream Clown that's equipped with the Shadow Spell, can actually start doing something useful by getting off the field for a big fusion monster. For now though, we'll attack the face down and see what he actually has. Wall of Illusion. Uh-oh. Okay, so this Dream Clown's going back to the hand. We'll main phase 2 probably summon this Dream Clown back. Our opponent might not have a big monster to attack over the Dream Clown, and if they do, they might just have like a dragon monster, which doesn't really work because of that Dragon Capture Jar. We'll just have to wait and see what Kaiba actually has. Looks like he's actually attacking the one that has the Shadow Spell, probably just to do the most amount of damage, but now we can use our Dream Clown to destroy the Rude Kaiser. Maybe not the best play from Kaiba there. He might want to think that one over a little bit next time, but we'll see if we can. And if we draw like a Crass Clown, that'd just be insane. Okay, no Crass Clown. Toon Table of Contents, that gives us access to like our entire deck here, which is pretty solid. Probably just adding... Can you even... Probably Toon Gemini Elf? That one's really good. That one doesn't need Toon World on the field. Yeah, I'll probably grab the Toon Gemini Elf. Seems like a strong monster. The longer this game goes, the better Toon Gemini Elf will get, because it makes our opponent discard a card when we inflict battle damage, which could be pretty useful here. We'll use the Dream Clown to take out the Rude Kaiser, and Kaiba's looking to be in a pretty unfortunate position. I'm not sure if he can actually do anything to come back from this. Even if he had a way to deal with the Toon Gemini Elf through battle, we could simply just use that Toon Defense that we have face down. We will not use it right now though, but this Toon Defense actually would protect that Gemini Elf. Oh my gosh, another Toon Table of Contents. Okay, so now we actually have a decision point. I could actually add Toon World and then summon Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. I think I kind of just want to pressure it with more Toon Gemini Elf though. Is that crazy? Do we even have more copies of this card? We do. Okay, I think I just want to do that. Put Kaiba to almost no cards over the course of just a few turns here. Seems like a pretty good plan. And then if we happen to draw one of those Toon Worlds or another Toon Table of Contents, we can actually start summoning these Toon Blue Eyes White Dragons, which would be pretty good as well. I'm sure at some point this Dream Clown will not be as effective as it is right now. At that point, we don't really need it on the field. Oh my gosh, he has another Shadow Spell? Okay, I have nothing for that. We don't really know what that face down is. I'm a little bit afraid of another Wall of Illusion, so I think I will just pass instead of attacking it. It might just be a normal monster, who really knows, but I'm actually so afraid of a Wall of Illusion that I'm just going to pass. We still have a pretty threatening board here, though. We still have a pretty big Gemini Elf. Oh gosh. Okay, he can Monster Reborn. Notice that he's not going for Blue Eyes, because if he goes for Blue Eyes, the Dragon Capture Jar kind of shuts him down, but the Sword Stalker is still pretty big. It's a lot stronger than any of the other monsters that I have, which is not good. Maybe he'll tackle the Toon monsters, and we can use the Toon Defense. Hopefully that happens. Okay, looks like it did. So we'll go ahead here, activate the Toon Defense. We take 2,000, which is a lot of damage. Now we're down to just 2,850. We'll use the Dream Clown here to pop the Sword Stalker, and then I'm not going to wait around any longer here. We'll just go ahead and we'll attack the face down. Seems pretty decent. Okay, Summoner's Art. So that's gonna add another Blue Eyes. That's the third Blue Eyes that he's had, but I don't think he has a way to actually use that. So yeah, he's just gonna pass turn. The Dream Clown isn't really doing anything. This Toon Gemini Elf is really not doing anything. So now we can summon the Toon Blue Eyes White Dragon from our hand. And if he happens to like deal with the Dragon Capture Jar, well, okay, now we actually have a big monster that's a huge threat. Good draw there as well. Once again, cannot attack this turn, but it can start attacking on the next turn, which would be really good. And he can't really deal with this thing because we have a Toon defense. I will attack the face down monster. You know, even if it is a Wall of Illusion, we can then normal summon the Toon Gemini Elf once again. It is actually just a Dark Clown again. So lots of clowns in these two decks, I guess. We'll just pass turn there. And Kaiba, once again, you know, he hasn't been in a super great spot over the past few turns here. Our Toon monsters are sort of keeping him at bay. Okay, we're drawing a lot of really good cards in a row here. Now we have Toon Goblin Attack Force. This is going to be almost impossible for Kaiba to deal with. I don't know if he has Regeki in his deck, but that'd be a really good way to out this board. Hopefully he does not have that. All right, Kaiba, what can you do against my 4 huge Toon monsters, my Dragon Capture Jar, and my Toon Defense? Actually, 1 MST would blow up this entire field if he popped the Toon World, which would be really sad, but looks like he did not have it. And we don't even really care what those face downs are. I mean, Snatch Shields, that's a really good draw. We don't even care what those cards are because we can actually just attack directly with our Toon monsters because he controls no Toon monsters of his own, and we have a Toon World. And it looks like we beat Kaiba as Pegasus, which is pretty cool. Not all the duels go this well. It seems like I just drew some pretty strong monsters at the right time. You can see there's the outro animation here of them talking and stuff like that, and that kind of gives you more setup for the next duel that you would unlock. Now over in the shop here, you can see that we can spend some of those points that we just earned. So we'll open like the Joey Wheeler set, for example, with 400 duel points. You get 8 cards. I believe 7 of them are commons and then 1 rare. But let's take a look at like a more recent set. So this one's going to have more modern cards. I believe the theme of this one, if I remember correctly, is fusion monsters. So you're going to have like Gladiator Beast, you're going to have Fluffles, you're going to have invoked cards, lots of cards that you probably have heard of in the TCG and that are actually still used today. So we can see here we got, oh nice, Lunalite Kaleido Chick, obviously a very good card, and then Gladiator Beast Bestiari. As you're doing these story missions, each time you play, you're getting more and more duel points that you can then spend on packs, and that's really great too, because then when you actually go into the online multiplayer, then you actually have a much better deck than you would normally because you've accumulated so many. Nice, Lunalite Tiger, Frightful Kraken, that's a cool pull as well. I don't even know if I have 3 copies of that in this game. I think I've just been using 1, but so that's actually a really nice pull for my Fluffle deck. But basically, you just keep buying packs with your duel points that you get for just playing the regular story mode. You'll get those duel points, by the way, if you're using the story deck or your own creation. Battle Pack has sealed play and draft play. The draft play is something I'm a huge fan of. I've played it on so many different live streams, and actually just a couple weeks ago, I played a bunch of games with my friend Ricky, sort of off stream, and that was really cool. You can see here we played both Battle Pack Epic Dawn and Battle Pack 2 War of the Giants. Believe it or not, my one loss in this Battle Pack Epic Dawn draft was to Obelisk the Tormentor, which I wasn't really prepared for. There's so many. The Obelisk the Tormentor.
This is the most powerful card.
Oh my gosh, Obelisk the Tormentor. The worst part is that I can't even negate the summon, so I can't use the Solemn Judgment that I set.
Heck yeah, man, I was playing around it, dude.
Dude, this is how I go out. From Obelisk the Tormentor.
Obelisk the Tormentor, yeah.
Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's discussion on Legacy of the Duelist Link Evolution. I wanted to show you guys a good variety of the stuff that you could do. And like I said, don't forget that Steam Summer Sale is going on from June 25th today through July 9th. And also next week, Monday through Friday, I'm going to give away a free code for this game every single day on Twitter. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you to Konami for sponsoring it. Goodbye.